Hey y'all, this is Stephanie. Welcome back to Large Family Diabetic Cooking. Today we're going to put together my green bean casserole. So let's get started. In here I have 4 cans of cream of mushroom soup. And I mixed that up. Now we're going to add let me smell this. Okay, we're not going to add that. That's going to go in the garbage. I'm going to pull out some mayonnaise, and I'm going to add some mayonnaise to this. Because I would have added sour cream, but since the sour cream went bad, I'm going to add mayonnaise. Add a couple tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of some mayonnaise to this. Two. I forgot to pull my milk out because I may need it. All right, and then we're going to add some a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. About 2 teaspoons. And we're going to mix this all together. Okay, now I'm going to add some onion powder and some garlic powder. Two tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. All right, I need to put you guys down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, now we're going to mix this all in. So, I would normally add 1/4 of a cup of, 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of sour cream. But since that went bad, you can do the same thing with mayonnaise. I used canned cream of mushroom soup. I had to think because I ran out of my homemade, and I thought I had some here, and I didn't. So there's that. Now we're going to add in this is mild cheddar cheese. We're going to add this in. All right, now this needs a little bit of liquid, so I'm going to add some milk to this thin it out a little bit, and then we're going to add our green beans. I'm just going to add maybe a fourth of a cup to a half a cup to thin this out some. All right, now before we do anything else, let me put this in the sink because now I need to add I need a spoon. Actually, I'm gonna use my Strudel. Now we're going to take some French fried onions, and we're going to add that to this. Mix it in, and then we're going to add our green beans. Stir this in. Move this out of the way so you can see. This was Paula Dean's recipe, but I put a little twist on it. Now, I have 28-ounce cans of green beans. So we're going to add one, stir it in, add the next one, stir it in. And these are drained green beans, canned green beans. I've tried making them with fresh green beans, and they never turn out right. Can. Okay, now tomorrow I'm going to cover this up and put it in foil in the refrigerator. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put this in the oven on Easter, and you're going to bake it for I bake it for about an hour and a half to try and get that canned taste out. And that works. And then you'll take the foil off. Well, no, you'll bake it without the foil. If you bake it without the foil, it should take about an hour and 15 minutes instead of an hour and a half. And then what you'll do is during the last 7 to 10 minutes, you'll put more of your French onions on top, pop it back in, and keep a close eye on it because those do burn. I don't know if this is going to fit in a 9 by 13 pan. But we have people coming, so for dinner. So, but I do have a pan. I could try putting it in a 9 by 13. But I'm not going to. I have another pan that I'm going to use. I need this out of the way. Alright, this was my mom's pan, and when she upgraded our oven, she gave me this, so I'm going to use this. Alright, let's get everything in here and spread out. Okay, and then we're going to spread this all out. Let me sit there. Spread this all out. Make sure I get it in every corner. Okay. And then we're going to get this covered up with foil and in the fridge. Let me put this in the sink. Close all this up and get this put away real quick. A little onion. Yummy, yummy. I'm going to put this in the fridge. And then that's ready for tomorrow when we put it in the oven. Now, if you don't want to clean up your oven, make sure you put foil on the bottom rack of your oven. So, and we're going to do that here in a few minutes, so that way I can show you how I do it. To change the foil because it's due to be changed. And that way, that saves you time from having to clean up your racks. Too short, but that's okay. As long as it flips over the edge here, we're good. Awesome. And this is going to go back in the oven. And we're ready for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to get out my my dough, and we're going to roll our overnight biscuits. Okay, now, I got my dough out. My daughter and one of her friends wanted cinnamon rolls for tomorrow, so I got my dough rising over here for that. And if you want to know how to do my cinnamon rolls, I just recently did a video on that. So now we're going to take this dough out. I'm going to put the oven on 350 because we're going to bake them. And I have to make 36 rolls. Hopefully, I can get 36 out of this. It says they're only supposed to be an ounce. So, because they're going to rise. And yesterday I forgot to put my eggs in. So a couple hours later I ended up having to go back and put my eggs in. After I realized that I didn't put my 2 eggs in. But the directions on how to make these is in my description box on the last video I made, which was the how to make these and the sweet potato casserole. Everything is in the description box. What to use, how much to use, everything. So, which reminds me, I wanted to talk to you guys about iron deficiency anemia. My daughter has iron deficiency, and she has to go and get blood transfusions. So, if you don't get your iron checked, it can cause some serious health issues. And there's two different types of iron. There's heme iron and there's non-heme iron. The heme iron you get from meat. The non-heme iron you get from plants. And a lot of people who are on keto get some of their iron from plants. But if you have an iron deficiency, if you're on keto or a vegetarian, you will never correct your iron, because you need red meat. You need red meat in your diet. Tannins is healthy, but if you're iron deficient, it's not healthy to have tannins in your diet, and it will prevent you from correcting correcting your iron. So, and another thing is, foods you need to avoid when you're that are high in tannins, that if you're trying to correct your iron, is one, let me put it this way. Coffee and tea, you cannot have it before or after you've eaten an iron-enriched meal. Coffee or tea, wine, and some beers have tannin in it, but I don't know what beers because I'm not a drinker, so I couldn't tell you. Another thing is fruits and berries, because of the skins on the fruit are high in tannins. So if you're trying to correct your iron, you need to stay away from fruit juices, berry juices like blueberries, anything that has a skin on it you want to stay away from. Even bananas, apples, cranberry juice, you want to stay away from because of the skins. Because what it is it's an iron blocker. The tannins is an iron blocker. And if you're trying to correct your iron, the last thing you want to do is block it. Block your iron. The meats that you should have is red meats and liver. Liver is very good for your iron, to get your iron up. Let me see. Also, no dark chocolate. None. A lot of people sometimes eat a piece of dark chocolate. It's supposed to be good for your heart. Wine is also supposed to be good for your heart, and it does something with it prevents you from getting heart disease. The dark chocolate. And a lot of people drink wine. I don't know if wine has anything to do with heart disease, if it helps prevent it or not. I'm not sure, but I'll have to do some digging into that and see. And real cocoa. Like when if you're baking with cocoa, the I think it's the Dutch chocolate is real cocoa. I'm not sure. I'll have to check to make sure. But anything that has real cocoa in it, you need to steer clear of. And unripe bananas are high in tannins. Any fruit that is unripe is extremely high in tannins. And even when they do ripen up, it's still high in tannins. Even if you take the peel off the banana, it's still high in tannins. Some nuts. Most nuts are high in tannins. If you get any nuts like peanuts or anything like that, or pistachios that still have the skin on it, it's high in tannins. And all beans, legumes, and lentils. So people who are vegan and keto, if you have an iron deficiency or have anemia, iron anemia, because of the skins, it is high in tannins. And if you're trying to correct your iron and get your iron up, you want to steer clear of that. Also, rye, barley, and sorghum is also high in tannins. And there are some spices that are high in tannins, which I did not know. And I do a lot of cooking with them. And I'm going to tell you what those are. It's cinnamon, which I was shocked, thyme, cloves, and vanilla. Vanilla extract is high in tannins, which I did not know. And if you're trying to correct your iron, or if you think you may possibly have an iron deficiency, you need to talk to your PCP and talk to him about what you can do to correct it, because there are many things that can cause an iron deficiency. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I had anemia and an iron deficiency. I did not have to have a blood transfusion because they put me on an iron pill, which corrected it. Because even though I was on prenatal vitamins, it still wasn't enough. And then I ended up with something called gestational diabetes. And that's another thing. Anyone who has ended up with gestational diabetes, that's close to being a pre-diabetic, which I did not know. None of my doctors discussed this with me. And if you're not careful, within 10 years after having gestational diabetes, within that 10-year period, you're going to end up with diabetes. Which I was shocked about. All right, let's see. I got 33. I'm 3 short. So I did pretty good. So, and there they are. I'm going to wash my hands and put these over here because they have to rise for an hour. And then they're going to go in the oven and they're going to bake on 350 for 20 minutes. So, and I will take a picture when they come out of the oven. And let me wash my hands. Set that aside. And now we're going to put together the streusel for the sweet potato casserole. All right, last bag. Where's my flour bag at? I'm gonna order me some more of this. I'm gonna check Walmart and see if Walmart has any of this. Hopefully it's not expensive, because the cheapest place I found it was Amazon. Aside. Get my brown sugar down. Sugar. Brown sugar, butter, flour. Now we need a stick of butter. And then I'm going to sprinkle it on top of. I forgot to pull my thing out this morning. So it's sitting over there thawing. Brown sugar. I need a half a cup of brown sugar. So we're using the Splenda brown sugar. 1 stick, and this is firmly packed. Everything is a half a cup. Half a cup flour, half a cup sugar, half cup butter. Okay. And then we're going to mix that up, and then we're going to add our oats. Let me use a spoon. Mash this all up and then add our oats. I'm going to do a half a cup of oats right now, and then, no, I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to do a cup of oats. And they should start forming into like little balls like this. If they start doing that, you're on the right track. And then tomorrow, this will go in the oven and you will bake it for about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And if you want the top of this to crisp up, take the foil off the last 10 minutes. Because a lot of people like their streusel topping to be to have some crunch to it. All right, let me get these in the sink, and then I'll bring over my casserole. Wow, that tastes good. Got some little ices that formed. Okay, and then we're going to just even this out all over the top. And we're going to cover it back up with foil. And then this is going to go in the oven tomorrow. Be right back. Okay. Now I'm going to cover this up with foil and get it in the oven or in the refrigerator. And this will go in close to time, about an hour to an hour and a half before you're getting ready to sit down to eat. Our dinner time is going to be at 2. So, because my son's dad is coming to visit, and he has to be at work later on that evening at 7. So, I'm trying to have everything done. The next thing I gotta make is I gotta make my macaroni and cheese. I'm just waiting for my, I forgot to pull one cheese out of the freezer, so I gotta give it a couple hours to thaw. But I'm gonna be making my southern mac and cheese. So you all know how to make my southern mac and cheese. I've made a video on that. So that's going to be with Thanksgiving dinner too. Then we're going to have stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy. So I'm going to cut my potatoes up tonight. I'm going to put them in a bowl of water and put them in the fridge. And tomorrow all I have to do is just take that bowl of water, put it in a pot, and turn it on and let it do its thing. Oh, and my ham. My ham is actually going to go in the crock pot. And the only thing I use for my ham, oh, my daughter bought me this stuff, but I don't know what to do with it. It's called Fat Works, and it's duck fat. I've never used it, and I don't know what to cook it with. So if any of you have any ideas or anything like that, you could tell me how to use this stuff, I would appreciate it. I thought it was ghee. I was excited because I thought she got me some ghee. No, she got me some duck fat. I never heard of duck fat. Well, I've heard of duck fat, the kind of fat that you get off of a duck when you bake it, but this stuff is thick. So I'd like to know what to use these in. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Now, my ham is going to go in the crock pot. Now, the only thing I do to my ham is I take my pineapple. I take the juice and I put it in the bottom of the crock pot, and then I take some pineapple slices and I put them in the bottom of the crock pot, and I set my ham on top, and I take some more of the juice and pour that over top of the ham. Now what I do, and it's the only thing I do, is I take red seedless raspberry jam. I melt it in the microwave, and I baste my ham with it. Everybody raves over my ham. What are you doing to your ham? Nothing. Just this. So, y'all need to try this. This is amazing. Alright. So, oh, and when I get some more of the carbulose flour, I want to try making pumpkin roll with the carbulose flour. I want to see how that turns out. I wanted to make a lemon meringue pie for Easter, but I don't have all the stuff for it. My lemons went bad because I needed fresh lemons and lemon zest. So, I have everything else here. I just don't have any lemons. But, my grandson and I are going to make cookies. We're going to make some sugar cookies, and we're going to make some chocolate chip cookies together. And I get to spend some time with my grandson until my other babies come. So, and that's the one thing I've been enjoying, is spending some time with my little sugar man. That's what I call him, my little sugar man, Caden. he just looks at me, he's like, Grandma. I'm like, I can't help it, you're my sugar man. So, that's all for today. I hope you all have a wonderful, happy Easter and a blessed Easter. And enjoy your time with your family. But stay safe. That's the only thing I ask, is that you stay safe. So, with all of that, I will see you guys probably Monday. So, enjoy your holiday. Love you guys. Later.